In this video, we are going to talk about polynomial functions, some vocab with polynomial functions, as well as how to add, subtract, and multiply polynomials. So let's talk about what it means to be a polynomial. A polynomial means poly means many, and nomial means terms. So a polynomial literally means many terms, which if you look at our polynomial over here, there are a lot of terms. So what is a term? Terms are connected by plus and minus signs. Terms are also have coefficients. Variables and exponents. The last thing is that all exponents in our polynomial must be positive whole numbers. So no negative numbers, no fractions, anything like that. So some other vocab we're going to talk about is standard form. So standard form is when all terms are in order from largest to smallest exponent. Much as it's in standard form up here. So we have degree 5, degree 4, 3, 2, 1, none. So our polynomial up here is in standard form. The degree of the polynomial is the largest exponent. So if we're in standard form, this is going to be our first term. So in the example above, our degree would be 5. The leading coefficient is the first term coefficient, again, assuming we're in standard form. And so my first term, my leading coefficient would be 3 because the biggest degree is 5. So my leading coefficient in the example above would be 3. The constant is the last term with no variable. So in that case, my constant would be -9. Example from above, -9. All right, so let's look at some examples now. So if I'm looking at number 1, my degree would be 4. My leading coefficient would be 2. And my constant would be 7. So 4, 2, 7. In 2, my degree would be 5. My leading coefficient would be -4, and my constant would be -3. My degree would be 6. My leading coefficient would be -1. And my constant would be either 0 or none. So either say 0 or there is none, because there's no number at the end that has no variable. In 4, my degree would be 3. My leading coefficient would be the 1 that's in front of x, and my constant would be -27. All right, now let's perform operations with polynomials. So in number 5 and 6, we're adding and subtracting. So when we add or subtract, we're just looking to combine like terms. And the biggest thing is also our exponents are going to stay the same when we add and subtract. That's actually how we know they're like terms, because they have the same exponent. All right, so let's look at number 5. So if I look at number 5, I'm going to look for my biggest variable first, which is this x to the 4th. And so I'm going to look for another one with x to the 4th. So I'm going to add -3 and 5. So I'm going to get 2x to the 4th. So we just add those coefficients and keep the exponent the same. The next one, I have a positive 4x to the 3rd. I'm going to add that to this negative 7x to the 3rd. So I'll get negative 3x to the 3rd. Again, I'm doing 4 minus 7 and leaving the variable the same. My next biggest exponent is negative 5x squared. I don't have any other x squared, so I'm just going to bring them down. My next biggest variable is just this negative 9x, but again, nothing to combine with, so we're just going to bring him down. My next and last is to combine my constants, so -2 and -9, so I'm going to get -11. And so this would be my final answer. When we're subtracting, we're going to follow a similar idea, but there's actually a -1 in front when we're subtracting. So I'm going to distribute that -1 into everything. So my first part's going to stay the same. And then everything after is going to get multiplied by -1, so the sign is going to change. Now I'm going to look to combine like terms, so I have -3x to the 4th and -5x to the 4th. So that'll give me -8x to the 4th. Then I'm going to have 4x to the 3rd and 7x to the 3rd, so I'm going to have 11x to the 3rd. Then I'm going to have -5x squared, which doesn't combine with anything, as well as positive 9x, which doesn't combine with anything. So we'll just bring both of those down. And then I have -9 plus 2, so that'll give me -7. So this is what my final answer will look like. All right, in 7 and 8, we're multiplying. And so when we multiply, first our exponents are going to grow when we're multiplying. After we multiply, we're going to look to combine like terms. And after we multiply and combine like terms, and when we combine like terms, our exponents stay the same. All right, so when I have something squared, what that means is I'm multiplying that guy times himself. And so we can multiply this out in 2 ways. First, I'm going to show you how to FOIL. Then we're going to talk about box method. So when I FOIL, I take the first term and multiply by the first term, so I'm going to get x squared. Then I multiply the first term and multiply by the second term, or the outsides. Then I'm going to take the insides and multiply them. And I'm going to take the last terms and multiply them. Then I'm going to combine these like terms in the middle by adding, and this would be my final answer. Another option is to do the box method. So if I draw a box, I'm going to draw a 2 by 2 box because I have 2 terms here and 2 terms here. So I'm going to put x minus 4 here and x minus 4 here, and then we're going to multiply into the box. So this box is x times x, so x squared. This box is -4 times x. This box is -4 times x. And this box is 4 times 4. I can see that I can combine like terms, so I'm going to have x squared minus 8x plus 16. So whether you FOIL or do box method, you're going to get the same answer. For 8, we have a lot of things to multiply, so I think it's just easier to use the box method. So I'm going to make it a 2 by 3 box because I have 2 by 3. So I'm going to put 3x minus 4 here, and x squared plus 2x plus 3 here. So 3x times x squared, well, this is 3x to the first, so we're going to get 3x to the third because 1 plus 2 gives me 3. Then I'm going to have 2x to the first times 3x to the first, so 6x to the second. 3x times 3 is 9x. Then I have negative 4 times x squared is negative 4x squared. Negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x. And negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Now I can see I can combine these x squared terms and these x terms. So when I'm writing my final answer, I'm always going to put the biggest exponent first. That says 3x to the third. Then I'm going to add negative 4 and 6 to get me positive 2x squared. Then I'm going to add negative 8 and 9 to give me 1x. And then negative 12 doesn't combine, so that'll go down at the end. In our last section, we are doing operations just in function notation. So if I look, it's f of x, which is over here, plus g of x, which is over here. So we're just going to do f plus g. So if I look, I have 2x to the third. Well, that doesn't combine with anything, so let's just bring that down. But then I have 4x plus 2x, so that will give me 6x. And then I have negative 3 plus 3, and that'll actually give me 0. So my final answer will just be 2x squared plus 6. In 10, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do f minus g. So we're going to have 2x squared plus 4x minus 3 minus 2x plus 3. So again, I want to distribute this negative 1. So I'm going to have 2x squared plus 4x minus 3 minus 2x minus 3. And then I want to start to combine like terms. So 2x squared doesn't combine with anything, so we'll just bring that down. 4x combines with negative 2x to get me 2x. And then negative 3 minus 3 is going to give me negative 6. And so that'll be my final answer. In 11, we're just doing f times g. So I'm going to do f times g. So f is 2x squared plus 4x minus 3 times 2x plus 3. So I'm going to do a box for this since I have a lot of things to multiply. So make it a 2 by 3 box again. So put 2x squared plus 4x minus 3 and 2x plus 3. So this is going to become 4x to the third, 8x squared minus 6x. 6x squared plus 12x minus 9. I can combine my squareds. I can combine my x's. So 4x to the third goes first. Then I'm going to combine 6 and 8 to give me 14x squared. Then 12 and negative 6 to give me 6x. And then the minus 9 just goes down on the end. In 12, we're doing g times g. So we're doing g times g. So that's 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3. Now we could FOIL this or box it. Since I did the box method in 11, I'll show FOILing for this method. So first I'm going to do 2x times 2x to give me 4x squared. Then I'm going to do 2x times 3 to give me 6x. Then I'm going to do 3 times 2x to give me 6x, and 3 times 3 to get me 9. I can see that I can combine 6x and 6x to get me 12x. So 4x squared plus 12x plus 9. is my final answer.